Vishal Patni, could we please have you for the toss? So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to match number 3 in the PPL. Especially I'm talking about today's day, that is day 5, because we've had innumerable number of matches and I've lost count of the number of matches that we've had. This time round, it's going to be the MTM Riders taking on the Z&L Challengers. And we have a special guest to spin over the coin. Mr. Sanjay Shah will be spinning the coin. PGL is the call. PPL it is. Jinane, you won the toss. What are you going to do?
Okay, we'll bat first.
Your reasons for that?
I think the second match, I think it's a good batting track and hope it remains the same. So like thinking of putting a good score on the board. And if you score 150, 160 in the night, it might be difficult for the second batting team.
Any changes in your lineup from the last match?
Yeah, we have some few changes. Like we have one of our player, Ankit Shah, who was absent in like the first 3 matches due to some injury. So I think it's the only one change we are getting in.
All the very best. Go well.
Thank you, thank you.
Vishal, what would you have done?
A good toss to lose. We wanted to bowl first.
So the toss did not really matter.
No, it doesn't matter. We wanted to bowl and we'll bowl.
Any changes in your lineup from the last match?
Yeah, we have one change. Nilay is back in the team and I guess Neil is out.
And what do you make of this wicket? Do you think it's going to be easy chasing?
I think we'll bowl well and restrict them at around 120-30. It would be a good thing for us to chase and win the match.
All the very best. Go well.
Thank you.
So the news from the center is that the MTM Riders have won the toss and they have elected to bat first.
9,
8,
7,
5,
4, 2.
So the third match beginning here between the Z&L Challengers and the MTM Riders. The Z&L Challengers, they won the toss. It was the MTM Riders. They won the toss. Had no hesitation in batting first. Rachit Shah from the Z&L Challengers with the ball in hand as always. Outside edge found will trickle into the ropes for four. So a lucky escape for the openers and the MTM Riders riding their luck, getting off the mark with a boundary down to third man. Picks up a single and ricochets off the stumps, does the ball, and the fieldsman somehow managing to keep the ball in play. So Pankit Shah has a few runs to show. All six of them being scored by Pankit. Two balls to come in this Rachit Shah over. More often than not, strikes in his very first over does Rachit Shah. The first over comes to an end. 6 for no loss are the MTM Riders. Pranil Shah to share the new ball along with Rachit. Down the leg side will go into the fine leg boundary for 4. So Pranil starting off on the pads, leg by signal there by the umpire. Runs nevertheless always welcome for any batting side. Hit away over the top for 4. Terrific strike there from Minesh Shah. Gets off the mark with a boundary. Cut away this time over the top of point for 4. Terrific shot from Minesh. Consecutive boundaries coming for him and the MTM Riders getting off to a flyer. Much better comeback, right on the money, hitting the good length area. Ball leaving Minesh, beating him for pace, for bounce. Pranil earlier erred on the fuller side, was a good shot. Then he erred on the shorter side. Minesh used whatever pace and bounce there was on offer. And a much better comeback. This in-between length is where you want to be. Ball keeping low. Pranil when he runs in hard and bends his back, looks like a completely different bowler. Will collect a single. Two overs gone, 18 for no loss are the MTM Riders. Stepping out, hitting it over mid-on all the way for 6. This is a terrific strike from Pankaj Shah, taking the charge to Rachit and bunting him over mid-on for 6. Minesh looking good. Got a couple of boundaries in the previous over, did Minesh. This time taking the onus upon him to take the charge even to Rachit. I've not seen Rachit being dealt with in the manner he was just dealt with. So the MTM Riders coming out with a lot of intent and purpose. They've come out fighting. More often than not, Rachit finds a way to beat batsmen. This time he has two batsmen who seem to be having the measure of him so far. Through the offside, she goes all the way for 4. Terrific strike here from Pankaj Shah this time round. Pranil bowled an expensive first over. Vishal Patni, the captain, recognizes that both these batsmen are on a roll, employing himself into the attack. Beaten for pace. Minesh Shah. Goes over the top, backpedaling. Misjudged it horribly. Never was in control. A good return though from the deep, stopping Minesh from coming back for the second. Pranil, I'd like to believe, was the fieldsman. In such a situation, you're better off running back rather than trying to pedal back because it's never easy taking catches behind your head. Cut away. Straight to deep point for a single. Vishal has invariably bowled economically, has bagged a few wickets every time he's been on show. Goes over the top. This time Pranil not even close to it. Will trickle into the ropes for four. So a good shot here coming from the bat of Minesh, who's taking the attack to the Z&L Challengers. Over the top she goes. This time gets a hold of it. No need to run. Minesh helps himself to another boundary. Seems to be going like a tracer bullet at the present moment. Minesh Shah and the MTM Riders riding along wonderfully. 4 overs, 40 for no loss are the MTM Riders. So we're going to be seeing the left arm spin of Mihir Shah, who's come into proceedings. MTM Riders here have gotten off to an absolute blinder of a start. Now the onus rests upon Mihir, how he goes about his business. Will be bowling to two right-handers. Mihir is a wily customer with the ball. Goes through the onside. Good return there from Rachit. Rachit hasn't quite bowled the way we know him to be bowling. But there are such days which a bowler goes through. Mihir has been given the responsibility to try and break the partnership. That's exactly why Vishal has given him the ball in the power play. Goes over the top, superbly struck. Wonderful cricket shot from Pankit this time round. So both these batsmen are getting in their own and taking the attack to the Z&L Challengers. Was a good shot there from Pankit. Stepped out and took him on, recognized that the mid-off was in the 30-yard circle and took full advantage of the same. So good comeback for Mihir Shah. Just a boundary conceded. 5 was gone. 44 for no loss are the MTM Riders. Vishal Shah pegging away out to the line of off stump. Minesh has looked good all throughout the innings. This ground Outs the line of off stump. Somehow they managed to keep the two batsmen relatively quiet. They were going at tens. This is top quality bowling from Vishal Patni. Right up there in the block hole. Pankit unable to get back to ball. Driven away through extra, but there is protection in the deep. Single is all he'll get. Both these batsmen now have got the measure of this wicket. Top over in the context of the game. Just one run coming off it. 6 overs gone by. 47 for no loss are the MTM Riders. Nishit Shah being brought into the attack at the completion of the power play. There were 4 overs for 40 were the MTM Riders. So the Z&L Challengers have found a way to keep them quiet. Pankit going through the offside. Will only pick up a single. Nishit has been a find for the Z&L Challengers this season. Has won himself the man of the match thanks to the heroics in one of the matches with the ball, where he picked up 4 wickets. Over the top she goes. And has been held out in the deep as Minesh Shah, and the golden arm Nishit Shah strikes for the Z&L Challengers. MTM Riders lose their first. Double strike for the Z&L Challengers, and Nishit Shah for the second time in the second edition of the PPL on a hat trick. Big ball, big ball coming up for Nishit Shah and the Z&L Challengers. Has picked up 2 wickets in his very first over, 2 consecutive wickets. Chance to do what he could not do in the first match. Almost got it out the line of off stump, beating the bat. This is top quality bowling from Nishit Shah. Off the back foot, there is a fieldsman at your third man who will keep it down to single. That single completes the 7th over. 48 for 2 are the MTM Riders. Vishal Patni would be glad to see the back of Menesh Shah, who was looking threatening. Z&L Challengers have managed to pull things around. At one stage, I've earlier said as well that MTM Riders were 40 for no loss after 4. And all of a sudden, they're struggling at 49 for 2. Couple of balls in the 8th over have been bowled. The MTM Riders more sky blue. The Z&L Challengers more on the lines of royal blue. So men in blue taking on the men in blue. That is light blue taking on dark blue. Under lights, this ground Looks a lot more better under lights. Inside edge will go into the ropes for 4. Moral victory, yes, for Vishal Patni, but a welcome boundary for the MTM Riders. Much needed under the circumstances. That boundary brings up the 50 for the MTM Riders as well. Guess what? KU Zaveri is on the park. Vishal Patni, both of them were together for the Z&L Challengers in the previous season. I remember them bowling in tandem more often than not. It's good to see them against each other. Karan Zaveri sensibly placed that ball in the deep for a single. That single brings the 8th over to an end. 56 for 2 are the MTM Riders. Karan Zaveri gets a single of the very first ball. Nishit getting a double strike whilst he was bowling. Nishit has certainly impressed one and all with his exploits with ball in hand. Played away down towards long off for a single. KU Zaveri, ever so stylish in his stroke play, looks unbelievably good when he plays those off drives, straight drives. Whenever he drives, he's an absolute pleasure to watch. You'll see that if he were to stay there tonight and perform. It's high time he comes good for his side. In the last few matches, he's failed to perform, but recently engaged is KU Zaveri, so you never know. Lady Luck does play a part. It might change the tide for KU. Top stuff from Nishit and Vishal. They managed to stifle the batsman. They've put a lid on the scoring so far. Both owners back in the pavilion has definitely come back to haunt the MTM Riders. 9 overs gone, 59 for 2 are the MTM Riders. It will be Vishal Patni to continue. Will be bowling to Karan Zaveri. Karan has played some crucial knocks for the MTM Riders. Played down towards long on for a single. Worked away by KU, running the first one hard. Coming back for the second and will complete it and easily in the end. Arsalanov some cutaway. Work for the man to do in the deep wood as well to put a boot and keep it in play. Terrific catch there from Vishal Patni, sending Karan Zaveri back to the sheds. Z&L Challengers strike once again, and the MTM Riders just losing their way after the start given by their openers. Halfway through the innings, 64 for 3 are the MTM Riders. The Z&L Challengers have done wonderfully well to pull things back in their favor. 40 for no loss over the MTM Riders at the end of 4, which means in the next 6 overs they've only managed 24 runs. They've lost 3 wickets in the bargain. Just goes to show the control that the Z&L Challengers spinners have posed in this innings. Nishit in particular. Off the back foot, could not quite find the gap. Big man Vivek Dalal. More often than not, Vivek has stood fourth for his side, has played some innings which we can never forget. Believes in playing till the end. Walked away on the onside. Beautiful wrists in action. Responsibility rests now on the shoulders of Keyur and Vivek. Both are experienced campaigners. Both know how to handle such situations. Yes, it's true that the MTM Riders have suddenly struggled, but they can always make a comeback in the form of a partnership. The sooner the later. Down towards long on for a single. 11 overs have been completed. 67 for 3 are the MTM Riders. Car number 3186 required at the parking lot. All the supporters, they are the committee members of the Patan Jain Mandal having fun amongst each other. Been there. They are the backbone of the entire tournament you're seeing live on YouTube. They've certainly worked hard behind the scenes to get you these pictures. Our cameraman as well works extremely hard. Pranal Shah into the attack. Walked away on the onside. Will complete a single. Under lights, the wicket does play differently. The ball tends to come onto the bat, particularly in the first innings, and then suddenly it tends to slow down towards the second. Beaten all ends up The lack of bounce getting the better of Keyur on that occasion. Keyur hasn't quite been amongst the runs all tournament, which is pretty unlike Keyur. For all our viewers who are watching, his efforts with the bat and with the ball earned him the man of the series in the first edition of the Patan Premier League. So he'll be looking to get some runs under his belt. Down the leg side, worked away for 4. Good shot there from Keyur, using all the pace that Pranal had to offer. Found the gap to perfection. This is top quality batting from Keyur Zaveri, coming into his own gradually. He's going to have to spend some time at the crease. Has been off color so far. He's going to have to find form, and tonight might be the night for him. Outside edge will fetch him a boundary. Moral victory for Pranal, but there wasn't a slip employed. Maneth apologizes. Reckons he should have gone in for the catch. And Keyur helps himself to another boundary. This is terrific cricket from Keyur Zaveri. 12 overs have been completed, 79 for 3. Drinks interval just completed. Both would have assessed the situation. 80 for 3 after 12.1 overs. They need to continue 7 before they can get into the last 3 overs. Worked away, down to as long gone for a single. Nishit has been the standout for the Z&L Challengers all throughout the tournament. Has been somebody that Captain Vishal does not hesitate throwing the ball to. Goes big on the onside, bisects the 2 men in the deep, all the way for 4. Kayur Saveri shows us his class and parks one from well outside line of off stump down towards the deep mid wicket fence. Was looking to earlier play it down to its fine leg. Now opening the face will pick up a single. Kayur Zaveri has certainly carried over from the openers. Now it's up to Vivek Dalal as well to stand along and help their side get to a respectable total. This kind of fielding will not help the cause of the Z&L Challengers. उठा के दे मारा है विशाल पटनी, पहुंच नहीं पाएंगे उस गेंद के करीब. केयूर ने वो बड़ी हिट लगाने की प्रयास जरूर की लेकिन पूरी तरीके से चूके और भाग्य ने साथ दिया यहां पर केयूर सवेरी का. 13 ओवर हुए समाप्त. 68 3 विकेट के नुकसान पर एमटीएम राइडर्स. It's good to see all the support that the MTM Riders are getting. You can see that all of them are having a ball out there. They're enjoying watching their teams in action. All the women waving out to all of you back home. It's good to see them watching the cricket. We have a very knowledgeable audience in the house, all excited. Parents watching their children. Wives coming over to watch their husbands. Kayur yet to get married, recently engaged. It's going to be Mihir Shah to bowl from the far end. Will be bowling to Kayur Zaveri. .88 for 3 after 13. Scamper through for a quick single. Vivek Dalal has just come in a little while earlier, batting on 6 of just 9 balls. He takes his own sweet time, is an accumulator of runs. Kayur Zaveri can up the ante whenever he wishes to. Has all the shots in the book, just finds himself a little off color. Mihir Shah, a smart operator with the ball. Off the back foot this time. KU plays these shots so easily. Looks so graceful whilst he does so. And appeal, Mihir Shah, all animated, excited, begging, pleading, appealing, screaming, everything going on out there. The umpire has other ideas about the same. Mihir Shah dropping that a tad short, and Vivek up to the task. Gets a single off the same. It's always a delight to watch KU Zaveri bat. Just hasn't been amongst the runs, but they'll be hoping tonight's his night. Worked away on the onside, running the first one hard. Will settle down for the single, will KU and company. 14 overs completed, 93 for 3 are the MTM Riders. Pranil Shah switching ends, coming in from the pavilion end. Will be bowling to KU Zaveri. Played away on the onside, running the first one hard. This could be tight. Given, KU has to walk back. The umpire reckons he did not make his ground. Wasn't quite the case. Whilst we were watching from here, KU has the right to be disappointed. We so wish we could go upstairs. to know exactly what has transpired. So the Z&L Challengers strike and Kayur Zaveri has to walk back. Utterly dejected, disappointed with what's just transpired. He reckons he made his ground. MTM Riders lose their fourth. Down the leg side, umpire signal will be called a leg by. So the old war horse of the Patan Premier League, Jineen Shah, the captain of the MTM Riders, with bat in hand, has come in at the fall of Kayur's wicket. Vivek Dalal looking to hoik that one. Another slog not connecting. Somehow it's taking time for players to learn that slogging is not the way forward. Struck on the pads. Umpire reckons was going down the leg side. Vivek was looking to go hard. Did not get any bat on it. Beaten outside on off stump, Vivek Dalal. After the fall of Kayur's wicket, all of a sudden Vivek seems to be trying to take on the bowling. Probably feels the urge to up the ante. I'm not too sure whether that's the way forward. Pranil runs in hard, gives it his all. Worked away using the pace of the bowler. Vishal Patni giving chase. Will keep the batsman down to a couple of runs. "15 overs have been completed. 97 for 4 are the MTM Riders." Short ball cut away beautifully behind point for 4. Superbly struck by the captain Jinesh Shah. Has announced his arrival at the crease with that boundary. This time going towards Cal corner, employing the sweep in front of square. Not quite getting the connection he was looking out for. Vivek Dalal has played himself in. Still looking to rotate strike. The MTM Riders just kept losing wickets at regular intervals. That has not helped their cause. Their openers started off wonderfully well. Outside edge. Man takes it, which means that the captain, Jinesh Shah, has to make the long walk back to the pavilion. The MTM Riders struggling, and on the other hand, the Z&L Challengers have the lid over the Riders at the moment. And 4 for 5 are the MTM Riders. Vivek Dalal to face up to Pranil Shah. Beaten all ends up. This is going nowhere for the MTM Riders. Vivek trying to use the long handle, but to no avail. Probably needs to get that one boundary, and that might get him going. You never know. That's what can happen to most batsmen. If they can put up another 30, 40 runs, it will certainly test the Z&L Challengers. Right up there in the block hole. Good thinking there by Pranil. Trying to attack the stumps. You miss, I hit is the theory he was banking upon. Not getting his timing right. So far, Vivek has been struggling with the bat. Has not got his act together. Batting on 13 of 22 balls. Maulik has just gotten off the mark. This time over the top, through the offside she goes. There is a fieldsman in the deep. He fumbled, and hence Maulik for once felt they could come back for the second, but Vivek was not interested. 17 overs have gone by. 107 for 5 are the MTM Riders. Rachit Shah has been brought back to bowl the 18th and the 20th. Mostly will be bowled by Rachit itself. 5 wickets down. The MTM Riders have struggled to gain any momentum ever since they lost their openers. The MTM Riders, I'm not too sure whether they have got the balance of their side right. They've always struggled with the bat in hand. Struck with his first ball. You can't keep him out of the game for long. Rachit Shah strikes for the Z&L Challengers. Sends back Vivek Dalal. Disappointing innings. And the MTM Riders, their woes continue here at the Central Railway Cricket Ground in Mumbai. Rachit Shah. Outside edge. Point doing well to keep the ball from going into the rope. Saved a couple of runs for his side. Put his body on the line. rightly acknowledged by his teammates. We have three fielders in their short third man, backward point to stop that ball from trickling into the ropes. They have a packed offside field. Bowling to his field currently is Rachit. Deep mid wicket, long on, deep square leg. The other three fieldsmen in the deep. All the four fieldsmen in the 30-yard circle are on the offside, so Rachit has to maintain that line. Outside off stump. Bhavin Salvi gets a Chinese cut, runs the first one hard, will come back for the second. The MTM Riders not getting their act together tonight. At one point in time they look good for a big total. They're struggling here to even get to 130 will certainly be something that they would be hoping to get to. 130, 135. The only problem though for the MTM Riders is that they don't have any able support. Both batsmen relatively new at the crease. All the set batsmen keep getting out. Kayur reckoned that he was in the crease, was disappointed with the decision. We don't have the luxury of replays to confirm the same, but watching from out here, I too somehow agreed with him. 18 overs have gone by, 112 for 6 are the MTM Riders. Mihir Shah to bowl the 19th over. 113 for 6 are the MTM Riders. Clearly need to end up on a high to the MTM Riders. They've certainly struggled to get to where they've gotten to. Just don't have any answers currently to the bowling of the Z&L Challengers. Looking to go big on the onside, completely beaten. Just a terrible shot selection. Ball leaving the right hander. There is turn and bounce on offer. You're much better going through the offside rather than premeditating or preempting a shot before the bowler has really bowled the ball. Much better shot. Running the first one hard. Coming back for the second. Had the throw. Guess what? Has to walk back as Maulik Shah this time round. So nothing going the way of the MTM Riders, and the Z&L Challengers seem to be in complete control out here at the Central Railway Cricket Ground in Mumbai. Car number 2569, you're required at the parking.
One.
Car number 2569, you're required at the parking. No idea. It's like the ball and the bat don't really have a yawning gap. The gap was well bigger than that of a truck. This time off the back foot. You're much better serve playing with the turn rather than against the turn. Certainly does not have an idea playing against the turn, does Bhavan Salvi. Hasn't faced enough balls, so he needs to spend some time at the crease before he can do that. To his misfortune, there isn't any time. They need to get on with things, but singles are imperative as well. Neatly played down for a single. That boot work would still keep them down to a single. For once he was entertaining thoughts to come back for the second, but decided against it. 19 overs have been bowled. MTM Riders, well, riding away gingerly at 116 for 7. It's been a disappointing show for the MTM Riders so far. They haven't quite got their act together all tournament with the bat. Earlier, I remember of him playing a knock here and there, which was crucial for the MTM Riders, but this time round He needs to use the long handle, a different role that he has been entrusted with. More of an accumulator of runs is Bhavin. This is superbly disguised by Rachit Shah. Beating the batsman, all ends up. Completely beat him in the air. Had no answers to it. Was looking to slog that over Cal corner. But did not manage to come close to it. The lack of bounce here getting the better of the batsman. To be fair, that was a relatively pitched up delivery. Was caught on the crease was Ankit Shah there. That single will bring Bhavan back on strike. Stepping out, hitting it downtown. They will complete a single. They need to get a boundary or two here, ending up do the MTM Riders. It's Ankit Shah on strike. He's going to have to open his shoulders. They're going to have to find some way to get something on the board. 120 comes up. Finger has been raised. So the misery for the MTM Riders continue. And the Z&L Challengers seem to not have been challenged so far in the field. Final ball coming up, Murgesh. Facing up, Rachit cleans up his poles. So the pole rattler finishing off on a high, and the Z&L Challengers have restricted the MTM Riders to a paltry 120. So when they come out to bat, they'll need 121 to get across the line. You can see in the batting department, Pankit and Minesh, both of them got off to a good start. In particularly, Minesh was looking good, got 25 of 20. Pankit gave him able support, 17 of 20. Keyur Zaveri was the standout, 32 he got of just 23 balls before he was disappointedly run out by Ankit Shah. Karan Zaveri fell cheaply to a good delivery whilst Vishal had him cover driving. Vivek Dalal could not do much, struggled for his 14. Jinain got out to a post shot for 5 and nothing much to show for the rest of the batsmen. In the bowling department, it was once again the pole rattler who starred for the Z&L Challengers. Picked up 3 wickets for his 27 runs in his quota of 4 overs. Pranil was economical as well. Could not get a wicket against his name. Vishal Patni in his 4 went to run a ball. Picked up that priced scalp. Mihir Shah, as always, economical. In his 4 gave away 19. Picked up 1 wicket. And Nishit Shah, the golden arm lately for the Z&L, starred as well with the ball. Gave away only 17 runs in his 4 and picked up a couple of wickets. Struck away behind square for 4. Starts off on a high does Ankit Shah, and Vivek Dalal, who did not bat too well, would be looking to make amends but hasn't started off too well with the ball. Was that going down the leg side? Was hit pretty high? Was Ankit hurt? Probably hit the flesh rather than hitting the thigh guard. Or he isn't wearing one. One of the two things are confirmed. This time, very cautiously defends it. This time to the right of short fine leg for 4. So poor piece of bowling here. When you have your fine leg in the 30-yard circle, you cannot afford to pitch it short. Vivek Dalal yielding runs for the Z&L Challengers, and Ankit gleefully accepting the invitation. Worked away on the onside for 4. Superbly struck from Ankit. Great start for Ankit and the Z&L Challengers. On the other hand, Vivek Dalal just seems to have been off colour all throughout the match. Worked away on the onside. Will pick up a single after those 3 boundaries. First over comes to a close. 13 for no loss are the Z&L Challengers. KU Zaveri coming into the attack, facing rather sharing the new ball along with Vivek Dalal. Short ball. KU does well to keep the ball from going down to long on. Long on and deep point are the 2 fieldsmen in the deep that KU has employed. Through the offside, there is protection in the deep, who will keep it down to a single. That single will bring Nishit on strike for the first time. Nishit Shah, a star act this time around for the Z&L Challengers. Bowls his off spin pretty cheaply, picks up wickets. Nishit going for the expansive extra cover drive. Completely beaten. Kayur pushing that one through. Playing for the turn whilst there wasn't any. Had an opportunity, did Kayur. You need to grab your half chances as a fielding unit when you're chasing, defending rather, only 120. Kayur stuck one hand out and wasn't able to latch onto it. Seems to have been hurt. Our physiotherapist will get to Kayur and help him out. That magic spray as it's called. Beaten out to the line of off stump, looking to cut that one, Nishit. Tossed up, will be signalled a wide. Nishit just needs to settle down. Probably is looking to hit the ball a little too hard. Second over comes to an end. 15 for no loss are the Z&L Challengers. Much better length from Vivek Dalal. Neither too full, neither too short, just back of a length. On and around the off stump. Earlier he strayed on the pads of Ankit, and he took full toll of that, did Ankit. This time he goes over the top of mid-on, superbly struck, got the timing spot on, a little fuller in length, and Ankit pounced all over it. This is amazing batting from Ankit, taking a liking to the bowling of Vivek Dalal. A much better delivery. Good length is pretty much the length on this particular track. But credit must go to Ankit. He did play that on the rise. It wasn't a bad delivery. It was just a good shot. Looking good. Those runs he got in the previous match that he played has done his confidence a world of good. Showing the face, the full face of the Nishit Shah can afford to take his own sweet time. They have no pressure of the asking rate. The only thing they need to take care of is that they don't lose too many wickets up front. That's the only way that the MTM Riders can put pressure on them. Worked away on the onside. Will pick up a single. And finally get off the mark will Nishit Shah. Third over comes to a close. 21 for no loss are the Z&L Challengers. Keyur Zaveri being dealt to it severely by Nishit Shah to bring up his first boundary, much to the delight of the Z&L Challengers. First ball yielding a boundary. Right up there in the block hole. Nishit recognized that there wasn't Cal corner in the deep. Exploited the same thing on the very first delivery. A good comeback from Keyur right up there in the block hole. Short delivery looking to cut Nishit. Beaten all ends up. Undercut the ball rather than getting the timing right. So good comeback so far from Keyur after going for a boundary of the very first ball. 4 dot deliveries rung in. Off the back foot. Nishit has something to say to Ankit, rightly so. There was a single all the way long. 4 overs have been bowled. 25 for no loss are the Z&L Challengers. Jinein Shah into the attack. Captain employing himself. Ankit, in his previous match, those runs he got under his belt, if I'm not wrong, he did make a half century. And that is showing in his batting. A lot more compact, confident. I think that was against the SPS Superstars that he performed and had that valiant knock. A big appeal, umpire unmoved. Ankit arms stretched, not quite sure why they were appealing. Was it in excitement of collecting the ball, or was it more in agony? There was more anguish to that appeal than there was conviction. Ankit disappointed with himself that he could not put that one away. So the old war horse of the Patan Premier League earlier was with Kusum Warriors. This time the captain of the MTM Riders is going to have to come up with something special. Worked away on the onside. Ankit hesitation. Jinen has an opportunity and has been given. Ankit has to walk back to the shed. Jinen has done it. The return from the deep certainly slipped on his return, Ankit, and that did not help his cause. Was looking good whilst he lasted, but has to walk back disappointedly for 19 of just 15 balls. Z&L Challengers have lost their first, and the MTM Riders have finally struck. So successful over for the MTM Riders comes to an end. 5 overs gone by, 30 for 1 are the Z&L Challengers. Manit Shah has come in to the mix after the fall of Ankit's wicket. It's going to be Malik to bowl from the far end. Getting some extra bounce, but down the leg side. It's good to see that Malik is running in hard, ready to bend his back. They're going to have to make things happen, the MTM Riders. Z&L Challengers are the defending champions in the tournament. They've certainly showed why they are the defending champions. They somehow find a way to claw back into situations. Earlier we seen the MTM Riders got off to a brilliant start. They were 40 of just 4 overs. Thereafter, the Z&L Challengers picked up the openers and did not look back ever since. Just 80 runs came off the next 16 overs, which is 96 balls. That just goes to show you how the Z&L Challengers bowled. Now they have started off well with the bat. Nishit goes big all the way for 4. Terrific strike from Nishit Shah. Opening his shoulders, picked up the length early and took full toll of the field restrictions. Yes, it was a good shot, pitched on in the good length area. Nishit drove it on the up. Going big once again, mistiming that shot horribly. Falls in no man's land, fortunately for Nishit. That single will bring Manit on strike. Manit is an extremely experienced campaigner for the Challengers. More often than not, Manit always performs. Is their wicket keeper. Inside edge is what the umpire reckons. Rightly so. The dot completes the power play. 37 for 1 are the Z&L Challengers. The MTM Riders, they cannot afford to let things happen. They're going to have to make things happen. It's imperative for them to understand that they have to keep picking up wickets at regular intervals. They cannot afford for a partnership to develop. That's the only way that they can make a fist out of this match. Worked away. Nishit has looked good, has got his act together. Did look rusty initially, but time at the crease can do a world of good to any batsman. Jinesh Shah, the captain of the MTM Riders, ringing in the changes. Left hand, right hand combination is always something the captain has to deal with. Will be coming around the wicket to Manit. Stepping out, wicketkeeper had an opportunity, but by the looks of it, it will be signaled leg byes, which means that it ricocheted off the pad, so the wicketkeeper did not have much opportunity to get hand or glove to the ball. 4 runs added to the kitty. Jinesh fired it in to the pads, recognized that Manit was looking to come down the track, wanted to get a stumping, did Jinesh. But Manit was fortunate enough to get pad. Not too sure whether it is the way forward. Karan Zaveri, the wicketkeeper, disappointed. Manit very often gets beaten outside and off stump trying to play that cute shot, which he seldom puts bat to. Asranov off stump. Played down towards deep mid wicket for a single. Z&L Challengers are looking good to get another win under their belt. MTM Riders are going to have to do something different. 7 overs have been bowled, 43 for 1 on the Z&L Challengers. खासा निराश होंगे अपने आप के साथ एमटीएम राइडर्स के सारे खिलाड़ी। जिस तरीके का प्रदर्शन अब तक किए हुए हैं इतने दिनों से, यानी कुछ एक मैचेस से ऐसा लगता नहीं है कि बाकी के जो खिलाड़ी है वो रेडी है इस मुकाबले के लिए। ऐसा महसूस होता है कि कहीं ना कहीं बैलेंस इस टीम का काफी बिगड़ा हुआ है। बड़ा ही करीबी मामला हो सकता था, लेकिन गेंदबाज जिन्हें स्टंप्स के पीछे होना चाहिए था वो गेंद को छोड़ते हुए स्टंप्स की ओर चाहते थे कि डायरेक्ट हिट लगे। एमटीएम राइडर्स की बल्लेबाजी एक चिंता का विषय जरूर रहा है उनके लिए। पूरी ही श्रृंखला में अभी तक उनके बल्लेबाजों ने वो दमखम नहीं दिखाया है जो एक सॉलिड टीम को दिखाना चाहिए। इस बार उठा के दे मारा है मिड विकेट मुस्तैद। एक रन अर्जित करेंगे मीनेश और वो दूसरे ओपनर के जाने के बाद यानी मीनेश के पार्टनर के जाने के बाद कहीं ना कहीं एमटीएम राइडर्स के किसी भी बल्लेबाज ने खड़े होकर के इस बीच में निशित शाह अपने नाम एक और चौका अर्जित करेंगे। ये उम्मीद करते हैं ज्यादा चिंता का विषय ना हो, उठ खड़े हो गए हैं। ऐसा लगता है कि वो ठीक होंगे। इसी बीच निशित शाह को मिला एक चौका, चिप किया शॉट एक्स्ट्रा कवर के ऊपर से 4 रनों के लिए। बहुत ही उम्दा शॉट निशित द्वारा। Sixteen. Batman's field will give Nishit the single. 8 overs gone by, 53 for 1 are the Z&L Challengers. Jinan has an opportunity to turn it around with the ball. Has bowled his 2 overs relatively cheaply, just given away 7 runs. Was involved in removing the bails to take off Ankit. Interestingly, coming around the wicket to Nishit. Nishit understands that if he does not give away his wicket, Manit will seldom do something like that. Goes big. Kayur Zaveri spills it. That's pretty much, that sums up the day for the MTM Riders. Yes, he might have got disturbed by the fieldsman running in from long off rather. But an opportunity goes a-begging. And just whilst I was saying that Nishit needs to understand that he needs to bat sensibly here, played a poor shot and gave an opportunity, but Kayur was not in the best of positions to take that catch. Has been given here. Nishit disappointed with the decision, reckons probably pitching outside the line of leg stump, but he's going to have to walk back, Nishit Shah. So it did not cost the MTM Riders too much, and the second wicket down for the Z&L Challengers. Jinan Shah, the captain, strikes for them, much needed in the context of the game. Jinan Shah entering the wickets column. So we'll see 2 left-handers in operation together. That will not please Jinan one single little bit and not do the MTM Riders any good. They're certainly letting the match off the hook by fielding and batting the way they have done has been certainly disappointing. Jinan straight away ringing in the change, getting him to mid-on. It is a bit embarrassing for any fielder to do something like that, but that can happen only when you're not concentrating, when you're not in the game. So when your mind is wandering, thinking about something else, is when you can make a mistake like that. Mihir Shah off the mark with the boundary. This time he cuts, and that fumble will give him a single. So boundary followed by a single for Mihir, both coming at the helm of a couple of misfields. This time played away down to long off for a single. So the over comes to an end. A successful one of that for Jean and company. 61 for 2 other Z&L Challengers. Off the back foot, Manat. Z&L have their team sorted. You look at their batting strength in the middle order. They bat deep towards the back end. They have batting right up till number 8. On the other hand, I just feel MTM Riders are a new team. They're learning. They're understanding what's going to be required going further. Guided for a single by Mihir. Worked away on the onside. Will pick up a single, will Manit. So both these batsmen now doing it in ones. Building a partnership. Nishit just fell. Mihir has just come to the crease. Fortunate to get a couple of misfields. Got off the mark like that with a boundary. Batting on 6 of just 3 balls. Worked away in the vacant square leg region. In fact, managed to find the gap. It'll help him get a couple of runs. Bisected the gap between square leg and short fine leg, and it was deep mid wicket who came around and kept it in play. Struck on the pads, pitching outside the line of leg stump, so does not count where it's headed from there. For all our viewers watching back home, we were thrilled in the second encounter between the Kusum Warriors and the SK Strikers. Will be interesting to see the umpire's call on this one. The fieldsman has managed to keep the ball in play. Runs signalled, which means it came off the glove probably. The over comes to a close halfway through the inning. 68 for 2 are the Z&L Challengers. Jinane to continue. Will be bowling to Manit Shah. They need 53 runs more in the next 10 overs to the Z&L Challengers. So the asking rate, never a question. If anything, they're going to have to just make sure that they don't lose wickets. Struck away this time, down towards long on for 4. Beat Jinane's left palm, and it had 4 written all over it. Terrific strike from Manit to bring up a much needed boundary for the Z&L Challengers. Looking to go fine, Jinane. Sorry, Manit. Jinane bowling that one down the leg side, signaled a wide by the umpire. This time he connects and gets a handsome connection on that one. Will run away into the square leg fence for 4. So terrific shot from Manit. Jinane drifting in line and Manit taking full advantage of it. Cleaned up round his legs. So Jinane Shah has the last laugh. And Manit, one shot too many, has to pay the price with his wicket. Jinane strikes for the second time. Z&L lose their third with the score 77. Worked away onto the onside, down towards deep mid wicket. Jinane has bowled splendidly so far. Created opportunities. Could have had Nishit caught in the deep. Eventually got him next ball, leg before wicket. This time cleaned Manit round his pads. So clearly fighting the lone warrior battling. No appeal from Gene, and I thought that was a lot more closer than what it turned out to being. Probably drifting down leg. 11 overs have been bowled, 78 for 3 are the Z&L Challengers. New batsman Rachit Shah facing up. Valiant effort by the fieldsman at short fine leg. Manages to save a couple of runs. Wasn't the best of deliveries from Keyur. Keyur looking to fire it in the block hole, missing his line and length altogether. Keyur has switched ends. Earlier was bowling from the pavilion end. Now chooses to bowl from the far end. Solid in defense. Rachit Shah, the pole rattler of the Patan Premier League. We have a guest who just passed the pitch uninvited. Keyur Zaveri today has not been able to pick up a wicket so far. That seldom happens. Usually it's in his very first over that he strikes. The number of times he's done that has certainly raised high expectations from him as a bowler as well. And there it is, Keyur Zaveri into the wickets column. Mir Shah has been cleaned up here. Terrific delivery, pitched on and around off stump, came back in to Mihir. Was looking to play on the onside, ended up playing all around it. So Keyur Zaveri and more importantly the MTM Riders strike. Z&L have been rocked, lose their fourth. So the drinks interval was taken at the fall of that wicket. Cure was a very striking finally for the MTM Riders, and 12 overs have been bowled. 81 for 4 are the Z&L Challengers. Played off the back foot. Good start here for Rishabh Patrawala. Rachit is being joined by his captain Vishal Patni. हल्के हाथों से खेल करके तेज रन के लिए बुलाया वहां पर रचित ने विशाल को. बहुत ही अच्छी अंडरस्टैंडिंग है दोनों की, एक दूसरे को समझते हैं. रचित केवल एक अच्छे गेंदबाज नहीं है, एक बहुत बड़े हिटर भी है क्रिकेट बॉल के. कुछ शानदार पारियां मुझे याद आती है जो रचित ने खेली थी पहले एडिशन ऑफ द पीपीएल में. अपने अंदाज में ऑन साइड पर कलाइयों का उपयोग करके हल्के हाथों से खेला वहां पर विशाल ने. दोनों की रणनीति अब यही होगी कि यहां पर से एक साझेदारी बनाने की कोशिश की जाए. रिक्वायर्ड रन रेट का दबाव नहीं है. तो यदि आप सिंगल्स लेने में कामयाब रहते हो तो आप टारगेट की ओर टारगेट के करीब पहुंचते रहेंगे. वहीं पर दबाव बढ़ता रहेगा एमटीएम राइडर्स पर. एमटीएम राइडर्स ऋषभ पत्रावाला को गेंद दी होंगे इसी उम्मीद के साथ कि वो एक ब्रेक थ्रू उन्हें दिला सके. धीमी गति की गेंद डाली गई. इस बार कलाइयों का प्रयोग करके एक रन लेने में कामयाब रहे विशाल पटनी. तो दोनों ही बल्लेबाज इस समय स्ट्राइक रोटेट करने में कामयाब रहे और पूरा का पूरा फोकस उसी पर है. 13 ओवर हुए समाप्त. 85 4 विकेटों के नुकसान पर Z&L चैलेंजर्स. बड़ी चतुराई के साथ कलाइयों का उपयोग करके ऑफ स्टंप के बाहर से खींचा वहां पर विशाल पटनी ने उस गेंद को लॉन्ग ऑन के क्षेत्र में। वाइड करार दिया जाएगा। एक्स्ट्राज यहां पर कोशिश जरूर करनी चाहिए एमटीएम राइडर्स को कि इस प्रकार की चूक ना हो, क्योंकि उनके पास ज्यादा रन नहीं है। इस बार काटा सीधे पॉइंट के हाथों में। रचित उसके बाद प्रैक्टिस कर रहे थे कि थोड़ा लेट खेलता तो शायद गैप ढूंढने में कामयाब हो सकता था। लॉन्ग ऑफ की दिशा में खेल दिया गया है 1 रन के लिए। ये साझेदारी की एक अच्छी बात ये है, या ये जोड़ी की मैं कहना चाहूंगा, जो एक साझेदारी की ओर बढ़ रहा है कि ज्यादा कुछ कोशिश नहीं कर रहे, बस पूरा का पूरा उनका फोकस सिंगल्स पर है। वो जानते हैं कि अगर वो स्ट्राइक रोटेट करते रहे तो स्कोर बोर्ड आगे बढ़ता रहेगा, उन पर दबाव आ ही नहीं सकता है अगर ये साझेदारी बढ़े यहां से। वहीं केयूर जवेरी जिन्होंने मिहिर शाह को चलता किया, उन्हें विकेटें लेते रहने होंगे। आखिरी गेंद उनकी स्पेल की। हल्के हाथों से खेल दिया है। ओवर हुआ समाप्त। 89 4 विकेटों के नुकसान पर Z&L चैलेंजर्स। छह ओवरों में 32 रनों की आवश्यकता है यहां पर Z&L चैलेंजर्स को। बड़ी चतुराई से गैप में हल्के हाथों से खेलकर कामयाब रहे सिंगल लेने के लिए। दोनों ही ये जोड़ी एक दूसरे को समझती है। रणनीति बड़ी स्पष्ट है इन दोनों की। वो चाहते यही है कि बड़े शॉटों के लिए ना जाए, केवल करीब लाए स्कोर को। इस बार ड्राइव किया एक्स्ट्रा कवर की दिशा में। जीने शाह रोकेंगे सीमा रेखा के पहले और 2 रन लेने में कामयाब रहे यहां पर रचित शाह। इस बार पॉइंट की दिशा में खेल दिया गया है। फेस खोला वहां पर रचित ने, फिर से प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हैं कि थोड़ा और लेट खेलना चाहिए था, लेकिन उतनी गति नहीं है इस विकेट में। जिस प्रकार की शॉट बिहाइंड स्क्वायर आप खेल सकते हो, जहां पर जिस विकेट में गति होती है उस विकेट पर आप खेल भी सकते हो। यहां पर अधिकतर सामने जाएगी वो गेंद, बहुत ही अच्छा शॉट, फुल टॉस गेंद मिली, स्लोअर वन थी, पूरा लाभ उठाया वहां पर कप्तान विशाल पटनी ने और हवाई यात्रा पर भेज दी उस गेंद को। डीप मिड विकेट छोर के ऊपर से, सिर के ऊपर से गई 6 रनों के लिए। जैसे ही एक अच्छी गेंद मिली, उस पर सिंगल लिया विशाल पटनी ने। बहुत ही बढ़िया हिट लगाई पिछली गेंद पर विशाल पटनी ने। और उसी सिंगल के चलते 100 रन भी पूरे हुए इसी ओवर में Z&L चैलेंजर्स के लिए। 15 ओवर हुए समाप्त, 100 पे 4 Z&L चैलेंजर्स। पांच ओवरों में अब 21 रनों की दरकार है यहां पर Z&L चैलेंजर्स को। वहीं MTM राइडर्स को एक जादुई स्पेल की आवश्यकता है अगर उन्हें मैच में वापस आना है। और यहीं पर चलता किया विशाल पटनी को, खराब कॉल यहां पर विशाल द्वारा। रचित ने वहां पर बुला, लेकिन कॉल हमेशा ही बल्लेबाज का होता है जब गेंद मिड ऑफ पर जाती है। ऐसी डायरेक्ट हिट के साथ पांचवा झटका लगता हुआ Z&L चैलेंजर्स को और एक जरूरतमंद विकेट मिलती हुई यहां पर MTM राइडर्स को। बहुत ही जोर से प्रहार किया वहां पर बल्लेबाज ने। नॉन स्ट्राइकर पहुंच चुके थे रचित के पास, वापस भेजा। एक और मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग हो सकती थी। नए बल्लेबाज प्रणिल शाह आए हैं। मौलिक शाह जो कि मिड ऑफ पर खड़े थे जब उन्होंने चलता किया विशाल पटनी को। वाकई काबिल तारीफ वो थ्रो जब उनके साइड को ऐसे प्रकार की विकेट की जरूरत थी। जैसे भी वो आए, अगर फील्ड में आप इस तरीके के अपने हाफ चांस लेते हो तो कहीं ना कहीं आप अपने टीम को एक उम्मीद की किरण आपकी टीम में एक उम्मीद की किरण जगाते हो। एक रन लेकर अपना खाता खोला यहां पर प्रणिल शाह ने। बैकफुट पर खेला है यहां पर एक रन के लिए। सोलहवां ओवर हुआ समाप्त, 104 पे 5 Z&L चैलेंजर्स। ऋषभ पत्रावाला आउटसाइड एज, बाहरी किनारा वहां पर लगा प्रणिल शाह का। गैप में गई शॉर्ट थर्ड मैन और पॉइंट के बीच में 4 रनों के लिए। तो ये एक पहला चौका अपने खाते में अर्जित करते हुए यहां पर प्रणिल और Z&L का खेमा खासा खुश इस चौके के बाद। बाईस गेंदों में 13 रनों की आवश्यकता है यहां पर Z&L चैलेंजर्स को। इस बार गैप में धकेला एक रन के लिए प्रणल ने। रचित शाह आराम से बल्ले का मुख खोला, प्लेसमेंट ढूंढने में कामयाब रहे और यही शॉट की प्रैक्टिस कर भी रहे थे पूरे इनिंग्स में और फाइनली उनके बल्ले से निकलता हुआ। बड़े आसानी से आने दिया गेंद को अपने करीब और केवल मुख खोला। गति का पूरा लाभ उठाया वहां पर रचित शाह ने। इस बार चूंकि गेंद जमीन सही लग करके रही, उछाल नहीं मिल पाया, एक अतिरिक्त रन जरूर जुड़ेगा और Z&L चैलेंजर्स अब जीत की कगार की ओर बढ़ते हुए। 17 ओवर हुए समाप्त, 114 पे 5 Z&L चैलेंजर्स। विवेक दलाल आए हैं, गेंदबाजी में परिवर्तन, दूर वाली छोर से गेंदबाजी करेंगे। स्ट्राइक पर रचित शाह, मुख खोला, गैप ढूंढने में सफल रहे, फिर से गेंद को आने दिया अपने तक, केवल दिशा दिखाई रचित शाह ने और ये फिर से एक रिपीट पिछले ओवर की। इस बार डीप पॉइंट पर सीधी जाएगी वो गेंद। अब महज औपचारिकता रह गई है इस प्रतियोगिता में। Z&L चैलेंजर्स को अब 2 रनों की आवश्यकता है। कोई जल्दी में नहीं है प्रणल, आराम से अपना समय लेते हुए और इसी डॉट के साथ हमें अगले ओवर तक इंतजार करना होगा। 2 ओवर आने शेष, लेकिन लगता है इसी ओवर में समाप्त होगी ये प्रतियोगिता। Z&L चैलेंजर्स 119 पे 5। मौलिक शाह, रचित जैसे हमने उम्मीद की कि जरूर बड़ा प्रहार करेंगे। गेंद नीचे रही। इस बार धकेल दिया है 4 रनों के लिए और इसी के साथ साथ Z&L चैलेंजर्स इस प्रतियोगिता को 5 विकेट से जीत करके MTM राइडर्स को मात दे दी पूरी तरीके से। और इसी के चलते अब काफी सोच विचार विमर्श करना होगा यहाँ पर MTM राइडर्स को। और वहीं पर Z&L चैलेंजर्स टॉप ऑफ द टेबल थे है और पता नहीं कब तक रहेंगे। जल्दी आ जाए। Well, could I have the two teams for the post-match presentation before the lights go out? We need to get this done and dusted with. Mic check. Just a humble request to the two sides to please come over for the post-match presentation, because we don't want the lights to go out. Come to my left itself. They're there, so they can come over to my right. Z&L, they're done with their formalities as well. In my presentation party, firstly I would like to invite Mr. Timsi Bhansali, the owner of Patni Opticians, our sunglasses sponsor. Could we please have you, sir? Is it Mrs. Timsi Bhansali? My apologies for the same. Wasn't quite mentioned out here. You all could have given the lady a huge round of applause. Could have done well. She gives you all the sunglasses possible whenever you all become the man of the match. Z&L Challengers, could we please have you to my right? Vishal, could you please ask your team to come to my right, please? Mrs. Monica Shah, our trophy sponsor, could we please have you as well out here? Come on, gentlemen, you all can do well. We are having the owners of our trophies that you take home come over. Very warm welcome, ma'am. Now may I have Mr. Kamlesh Shah, who will be gifting away this bike to the man of the series. Could we please have you out here for the post-match presentation as well? The applause needs to get a lot louder. Z&L, if you are awake. Thank you. Very warm welcome, sir. Now, before I take things further, Jeanine, if you could just come up to have a word. Jeanine, somehow things don't seem to be going your way in the last few matches.
Yeah, today it was a good start by our batting, the openers, and we were hoping that it will cross some 160, 170, which would be a good total. But I don't know, this Z&L team, they have a very good bowling lineup, stump to stump, and that makes difficult for any good batsman to hit high.
Well, somehow I just feel that your batting hasn't lived up to the expectations, and probably that's one of the reasons you find yourself in the situation that you are finding yourself very often.
Yeah, the momentum should be carried on with like the opener giving a good start, the middle order should click, but it was not our day today. Again, the same things happening, early wickets and pressure on the low order batsmen. Again, when they get chance to bat, again they will try to hit something to prove something that they have their own batting ability, but didn't come our way today.
Well, Jeanine, you're practicing hard
Yeah, definitely.
because somehow things are not going your way. You think there is an imbalance in the side, or is it just that they're not performing?
No, it's not only we are not able to perform to the 100% what we have. We have a very good batting lineup. I think the 11th person in our team is also a good batsman. As in the nets, we have selected him in the auction, and definitely we feel we need more all-rounders basically. That is where a team will be lacking. If you have 5 to 6 all-rounders, the T20 cricket is for that. But if we go for some specialist bowlers and some specialist batsmen, that's not going to click every time.
What do you think is going to be the team talk going forward in the rest of the matches?
Yeah, we have 2 more matches left, and we have to give our not 100% now. We need to give 200%. We need to be in the tournament, then we need to win the both 2 last matches.
All the very best. Go well.
Thank you, thank you.
Well, now may I have my friend Vishal Patni up here for a word. You become famous as the Inzama Mulak of the PPL.
Yeah, everyone is telling me to tell inshallah, but I won't. And they want to listen yeah, and I've been forgotten that now.
Well, Vishal, I mean, you guys are making it a habit to keep winning every day.
I think this is a good habit to continue till the finals, and to get that cup again would be my privilege to have it. And as yesterday I told you, we were lacking somewhere in the fielding and catching and all. In this match, we're back again. The bowling department did fantastic job. Catching was right, and everything went on to the mark. And the direct hits were very nice today.
I mean, Vishal, the way you all batted as well, you all had it all under control all the way long. You think that somewhere you need to still do a little bit of work in some department?
Yeah, exactly. In every matches, there is something to learn about, and we'll work out onto that also. Where we're lacking in any of the small mistakes, we'll work out onto it, and we'll make and do it better and better in every game.
What do you think? Was KU out?
I don't know that. It's umpire's call.
Very diplomatic of you to have said that. But at the same time, I mean, you guys are having fun at the moment. But the best part about you guys, you don't take anything for granted. You all come out and fight hard every single day.
Yeah, that is what we've been telling each other, to back up and give the 100%. And that is what we are doing it, and we're getting the success.
You're on top of the table. You've started there. You're still there. You still plan to be there.
I will be there.
I like your confidence.
Thank you.
Well, Vishal, all the very best and congratulations, and go ahead and enjoy the win.
Thanks a lot.
Well, now coming to acknowledge the player of the match, the man who was also the man of the series in the last year's PPL. It goes to Keyur Zaveri for his 32 of 23 balls. And he bowled his 4 overs for just 13 runs. I would request Mrs. Monica Shah to hand over the trophy to Keyur Zaveri. Bowled his 4 overs, just gave away 13 runs and picked up a wicket to go along with it. Well, the maximum sixes award now, and this goes to Minesh Shah, and I would like to request Mrs. Timsi Bansali to hand over the trophy to Minesh for that big hit over the fence. And now to the business end of the presentation, the man of the match, the man who turned the match on its head, who somehow bowled his heart out, seems to be rattling poles with every time he catches the ball, and got runs under his belt as well. Rachit Shah for his 3 wickets in his 4 overs, gave away only 27 runs, also got 25 not out of just 23 balls. It goes to Rachit Shah. We'll get a pair of glasses from Patni Opticians. We'll get that trophy as well. And it is Mr. Kamlesh Shah who's handing over all the mementos that he can go ahead and take home. Rachit? Rachit, कहीं ना कहीं एज एन बहुत ही ओवरऑल एक अच्छा परफॉर्मेंस रहा आपके लिए, गेंद के साथ भी बल्ले के साथ भी.
द इनिशियल स्टार्ट हम लोग को थोड़ा झटका लगा था, 4 ओवर 40 था, but then we pulled back with all the bowlers giving their heart out. It was good to be back in the game. We restricted them to 120, which was good.
कहीं ना कहीं जब आप गेंदबाजी कर रहे थे तब आप पहले से ही सोच के आते हो कि एलबीडब्ल्यू और बोल्ट तो निकालते ही रहोगे आप?
वो मेरा फोटे है, मतलब दैट इज वेयर आई लव टेकिंग विकेट्स. मतलब एलबी और बोल्ड होता है तो मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता है.
पहला ओवर शुरुआत इतना अच्छा नहीं रहा, लेकिन वहां पर से आपने वापसी करी और 3 विकेटें चटकाए.
बॉल स्विंग नहीं हो रहा था आज, तो बैट के नीचे वाले बॉल सब जा रहे थे बाउंड्रीज पे, तो वहाँ मिस्टेक हो गई हमारी.
बल्लेबाजी में मजा आया?
बहुत मजा आया. इसकी जरूरत थी मुझे और मेरे टीम को. फाइनली आई एम क्लिकिंग देयर.
यहाँ पर से अब आने वाले मैचेस में काफी कारगर साबित हो सकता है आपके ये परफॉर्मेंस.
विल ट्राई एंड गिव माय बेस्ट. I will try my team wins all the games till the finals.
All the very best. Go well.
Thank you very much.
So that was Rachit Shah, the man of the match for tonight. So that concludes our presentation and also ends this week. But we'll be live next week, next Sunday. Do stay tuned in on the 10th of February. We'll be coming to you from the Central Railway Cricket Ground itself. Till then, go ahead, have a great week ahead, and we shall see you on Sunday itself. Till then, take care and have a wonderful time ahead.